Welcome, Red Horde. We're here to watch Stockport and Lincoln. Already having a great day thanks to Leyton Orient. And now we're here to see we just don't want Stockport winning, right? Ideally, a draw here would be good, or even a Lincoln win is fine. See plenty of people already in the stream. That's great. I'm checking it out. Obviously, they're playing at Stockport today. And yeah, I mean, weather looks great there. Let me see. What am I going to bring up first? Give me a second here. I'm going to bring up Stockport's roster for today. There we go. So Adai in net. Who else? Anybody surprising here? Torre, Horsefall, Collar, Pye, Wooten, Moxon, Anderson, Norwood, and Hills. All what you'd expect. Adolphe. I mean, maybe you'd think he would be in the starting lineup, who knows, but he's on the bench. Yeah. They're going to be obviously going hard for this one today, and we're going to definitely be rooting for Lincoln. So I paid for the Lincoln feed, and Sean says he wants to pay for the Stockport one so that he can hear both sides of the story. Yeah, right now, Stockport's two lineups are up on the screen. I got to go to the table for a second. So looking at the table, Birmingham at 102, Wrexham in second place at 86, Wycombe Wanderers at 84. So they are 2 points behind us. We have this afternoon's game. Meaning that the goal difference now, if you look between Wrexham and Wycombe, is at 1 goal difference advantage for Wrexham. So we could end up drawing and then get whatever the same result is with Wycombe in the final game and still beat Wycombe. I mean, they could win. We could. Yeah, if we draw today, it's pretty big. But obviously, we're looking for the win later on, and Sean's obviously going to be bringing that to you guys. Yeah, so Wycombe at 84 in fourth place, Charlton, who we're facing, 82, and the game we're about to watch, Stockport, at 81. So Stockport needs to win here. Their goal difference is at 27, so presuming they won, they'd at least catch Wrexham in goal difference. So they would need to do that. So even if Stockport wins, we're looking for them not to win by a lot, ideally. Yeah, after today, W&G, you are correct. The 3 points could take Stockport to 84 points, but they could be ahead on goal difference. Right now, they're at the same goal difference, 27. So if they win, obviously they would be at least 28 on the goal difference, and therefore Wycombe would drop down and Stockport would jump up into third. So Stockport definitely has something to play for. They're going to be coming out hard. Lincoln in 10th place at 61 points. They don't really have much to play for other than be spoiler. There's nothing special for getting 10th place or 9th place. They want to show well and they want to play well, but I don't know. I'd expect Stockport to go out with far more energy today. Yes, Deandra. Let's not even worry about it. Let's just sit here and enjoy this Stockport game. We're gonna, I guess, we're gonna see a lot and learned a lot about Lincoln today, right? Like if they put in zero effort and Stockport comes out, guns a blazing, then you'd expect that even at home, they're not going to be showing last game of the season much more effort than they will in this Stockport game. They will be at home, but still. So if they've basically packed it in for the season, that means the game shouldn't be as bad the last game of the season at their place. Yeah, either way, W&G is correct. We're still going to be in second place at the end of the day here, because both Charlton and Stockport are more than 3 points behind. And Wycombe can't gain any more points today. We can't obviously lose points. We just can't. Ideally, we get the win, but a draw would still be acceptable. Yeah, Trav. 2 draws. That was something I was saying to Sean after we cut the last feed. 2 draws would potentially get us the second spot as well. Just reading in the chat here. What do we got? I don't know what the Mario and Luigi fans have to do with being in Stockport. Maybe someone knows. Sharp Stadium, Stockport. Don't have the hate for Stockport, I think, that others do. I think Stockport hates Wrexham far more than we hate them, that's for sure. But of the 4 teams, I'd be interesting if you guys want to chime in. Of the 4 teams that now look like they're, well, you can throw Reading in there. So Reading, Lincoln, Stockport, Charlton, and Wycombe. Out of that grouping, presuming Wrexham goes up in the automatic, which of those teams would you want to go to the championship? I mean, I'm okay with Wycombe. I think Charlton was a good team. I don't have anything against Charlton. Solid organization. And then Leighton. I might have said Lincoln instead of Leighton, but Leighton, I wouldn't mind if they went up. I like Reading largely because I'm rooting for them in their struggles, and their fans seem pretty decent, very much like the fans in Wycombe seem really good. So I don't know. Are they prepared, even if they get new ownership, to slide into the championship, or will they just get ruined up there? I don't know. I like that they're at least in the playoffs with all the turmoil they've been through. Gives their fans something to root for, so that's cool. I don't know that I have much of a preference about who goes up. I think maybe Stockport I would least like to go up, make them stay back one more year, and then follow us next year into the championship. Other than that, I'm cool with any result there. Yeah, Michael, the Wycombe fans do seem like class, and as much as we're benefiting from this Wycombe mini collapse, and I say mini collapse because for me, this was the toughest part of their schedule, right? When we were looking at this, we were basically saying, they're going to have to face some of their toughest teams. When they started really shooting ahead, they were playing the lower half of the table, right? And starting to make huge progress. And once they had to get to the tougher teams, that's when everyone else would be able to catch up. So it's not a horrible collapse per se, but because they are playing better teams, but it's a mini collapse, and we're taking advantage of it. But I hate to see it because the Wycombe fans were so nice when we were there. and they seem to give Wrexham credit for winning the game. They're not bitter fans, it seems. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'd put Wycombe at the top of the list out of the Leighton, Reading, Wycombe, Charlton, Stockport options. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Wycombe go up. That'd be good. Elvis, nice to see you. Let's see. Sean's finally back in the room.
Life is good.
Yes, it is.
We control things. It will be better if Stockport do not win. That would be the perfect result today, leading into our match, because it sets us up with a brilliant outcome at home as a possibility, and at worst, with a Stockport loss, great control of our destiny heading into the final day. Lots of optimism, lots of good stuff. We just gotta see it through. All right. I'm up and running there, so I'm going to probably mute my mic until I want to contribute something, if that works for you, and I'm going to do my thing.
No problem. Yep. Go ahead and mute away. What do we got? We got 10 minutes to kick off here. I'm just fooling around with the yeah, Elvis is talking about the Charlton team scaring them. Understandable. They're a damn good team. Pickle Kisser with one of the better names showing up in the chat.
Elvis, I'm not going to be able to help myself. I'm going to contribute. Elvis with the comment here that says this Charlton team in form kind of scares me, and that's true. I think the comfort that I take, despite their form, is that we've played them before. Yes, a different team and not as playing as good as they have been recently. But I thought largely we were in control of that game, and the midfield control is going to be important here. These are the two teams that lead in aerial duels won, because both teams like to pump it through the air back at each other. It's going to look like ping pong at times back and forth watching this, I think, when we get to the Charlton game. And so I like our ability to control the game in that sort of circumstance. I'm sure they put money on themselves too, but I think we did better than they did in the previous game. So I'm comfortable heading into that one. That one, of course, no help at the end with the late penalty, and it bit us in the backside. But we're okay. I think going forward, it's going to be low scoring. Both teams are strong defensively. First team to score wins, I think, is what that'll be. Time to control the nerves. This is where it counts. And Elvis, you're answering, you're speaking to what I've gone through in spades with that comment, is because the core of this group has proven themselves time and time, and hopefully time again. So we'll cross the fingers and rub our totems and smudge what we need to smudge, and we'll figure it out. Despite the last 4-0 game, Charlton mainly wins like us, 1-0. It's going to be a defensive battle. That's exactly what I suspect. As long as they drop points, yes. So a draw or a loss is perfect for us. It wipes them out. If we draw against Charlton, Charlton's out. If Stockport lose points, they're out, and it's just a straightforward battle with Wycombe. If we lose, we leave Charlton in the equation, and if Stockport get points, we leave them in the equation, and then you've got us on the final day with outcomes all over the place, depending on what goes on around us. If we don't win, you're into weird permutations of goals for, goals against, guaranteed points for in the Stockport Wycombe game next week. It's not a place that we want to be at all. And so that's why I kind of want to go through the permutations. I made a spreadsheet just to allow me to try to tease everything out. So I'm going to do that, and I'll come back with exactly something, hopefully by halftime, but we'll see where we get it.
I'm not 100% sure we want Stockport out of it, because if we draw, Stockport is out, but Wycombe is in. No, Stockport's still in, right? So
if
like,
we
might be
draw
better.
and Stockport win, they're still in the mix.
Yeah, because if we win, Stockport's out, which means they'd have no reason to play hard against Wycombe, but it wouldn't matter at that point because Wycombe couldn't catch us.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Correct.
A win for us we clinch, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
If we draw, what's the best?
If we draw, we're on 87 points. And if Stockport win today, they're at 84, tied with Wycombe. And they'll be at least 28 on the goal differential. Wycombe went down 1 goal today because of the loss. So it's 28. We would in a draw still be at 28 and tied with Stockport, but 4 goals behind on the next tiebreaker goals 4. So we go into the final. We go into the final.
Stockport would be playing hard against Wycombe. Wycombe would be the only one that could catch us. And
no, Stockport can catch us. I don't know why you.
No. I'm saying if we got a draw. So a draw at Lincoln. So a draw here at Charlton, and then a draw with Lincoln. You'd want Stockport playing hard against Wycombe.
Correct. If we get 2 consecutive draws, we'd be on 88 points, and Stockport has nothing to play for. But Wycombe. And Wycombe could be the only team that chases us, because we'd be on 87 points looking to get to 88. A draw would be sufficient. My concern is if you only get 1 draw. If you only get 1 draw, a loss today or a draw today opens up the opportunity that if we lose the away day next week against Lincoln, we're at 87 points. That allows for Wycombe or Stockport to catch us at 87 points. And if they catch us at 87 points, they likely own the tiebreakers because of the goals for, unless there's some miracle, 7-7.
I guess my point is if we win, that's best scenario. Then we're up. If we draw, we actually, I think we might rather want Stockport to win, not to lose, so that they can then still believe they have something to play for, and make sure that Wycombe doesn't win. They at least draw with Wycombe, and then all we would need to do is then draw to be promoted in the automatic.
I hear what you're saying, and there's some validity to that. I'm not going to deny it. If we end up, I like the idea of having as many options for promotion as possible. And the bad part about your scenario of having Stockport have something to play for is they also could get the result. And if we don't take care of our house and win on the final day, we've eliminated options for us to still get promotion, for Stockport to do us a favor. And if you don't think that that's likely, then yeah, you want them to still be in it. So there is some validity to that. I just like having as many options and quivers in our arrow as possible. Plus, I think it'd be a cool story for Stockport to be the reason why we go up. I don't want that to really be the reality.
Yeah,
Let's just take care of business.
I think Pickle was saying that, like, Stockport's hate for Wrexham would get even more significant if it was if we were to go up and they lose in the playoffs.
Well, put it this way: would you put it past Stockport to put out a bunch of young guys in the last 20 minutes? And I mean, I'm not going to say they're not going to put in the effort, but with the players on the pitch. But I think
they'd sub everyone.
Maybe be putting in some young guys to get legs and to rest some players for their playoff run, because they know that they'd be out. And Wycombe's running at it full tilt. We'll see what ends up boiling down.
The bad part there is then Wycombe would also have a chance to put many goals up and get back the goal difference.
Correct.
So that's kind of why I want Stockport to believe in themselves, right? That's why I want Stockport to win here, so that they're going to play hard at next week against Wycombe.
Yeah, then and Michael's summarized it nicely here. If Stockport win twice and we draw 1, Stockport get promoted potentially, yes, because they would get a win. They'd have to win twice, so they'd be at least on 28 for a goal differential because we'd get one draw. We'd be at least 27, so they'd be ahead of us right there. Just on the one goal that they get, the one goal loss that we have in the one loss because we have one draw, and they'd get a +2, they'd be at +29. So look, this is what we want. Just win today. Let's celebrate. Let's get into it. But let's just have Stockport drop points, is my view. And then it just leaves it as a 2-pony race. And all of our options are, if we win next weekend, we're in. If we draw, we're likely in. Depends on the goal differential again. And if we lose, we're in trouble. So that's how it works. And so I'll break those down as we're a minute away here, all the talking, and we're about to get ready to get the game underway. I'm going to move that over to here, move this over to here, and I'll let you take care of most of the discussion. I'll try and follow along with the chat and enjoy this one.
Yes. We will talk to you later, sir.
All right.
All right. Have the game up. Referees are congratulating each other. Looks like Lincoln's starting off. Let me just get myself all straightened out here. Yeah, it is Lincoln in white and Stockport in their blue. Lincoln's over the ball. And there's the whistle, and we are underway. Oh, got to take out that point. I left a point on the scoreboard there. Ball being knocked around. Throw in for Lincoln. You can hear a lot of singing going on. Fans are really into it in Stockport, it sounds like. They scored before kickoff. Yes, Nash. I left the 1-0 from the previous game on the scoreboard. I changed the team. Wow, Lincoln just had it in the box. It got kicked around, and Stockport was able to clear it out, but they had a decent chance there. Here comes Stockport on the break. Ball's in the middle. Lincoln finally gets its defenders back. Stockport kicks it wide out to the far left, trying to work it in. Lincoln's able to get a hold of it. Play it back to their keeper. He kicks it away. Sorry, weather guy. This is not the Wrexham game. They're not on for another couple of hours. You are correct. Ball's being kicked around at midfield. Wow. The Wycombe game was huge. We have almost 100 people here watching the Stockport Lincoln game. That's how excited everyone is waiting for the Wrexham game. They don't want to wait 2 more hours. They want to get into it now. Long ball down by Lincoln. They're moving forward. Wow, they got a lot of people moving forward. They are not playing defensive. They are playing this quite aggressive. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about the women's game more. Dave, that's a good point. Ball far down the right side for Lincoln. They're moving forward, looking for a cross in the box. Here it is, long off the. Oh, Adai did get over there. Ball went far post to house, and he almost was able to put it in there. That's Stockport's best defender was over there, preventing that. Wigan up already in the 3 o'clock games over Blackpool. Yeah, you can't nap now. You don't want to miss the start. Plus, you get too much energy waiting for the whole thing, right? I got to tell you, Lincoln is looking. Oh, here's a great shot. Oh, could have been a slightly better shot. Shot was about from 19 meters out. Hamilton, left footer. There was a good chance with those right at a die. Easy pickup. He bobbled it, though. I mean, he played it off his chest, was unable to grab it. Wooten clears out a Lincoln defender. Call a foul. Welshpool to storm the pitch, maybe. I don't know. I was also waiting to hear. Maybe Sean will find out all that information. But so Fearless and Devotion had a show, where everyone shows up live, and that was Thursday. I wonder if Rob and Ryan are in attendance today. I would expect at least Rob is, right? Maybe not, but hopefully he is. And if they're about and around the town, here's Lincoln. Tried to get it inside the box again. While Lincoln is all up and aggressive, they have 5-6 guys forward in that final third, right from go. Slippery Dookie, another great name. Maldives. Is that where you're checking in from today, Dookie? It would be, I don't know that we, if we have the Maldives listed. I'll have to look at the ticker. Here comes Lincoln again, charging forward. Oh, got to give him a foul on that. No? Oh, wow. Absolutely upended. And are they calling it? Or are they just checking on him? He got his legs taken out from under him, and I think he hit the back of his head on the turf. Hamilton. I don't think he took a headshot. He did take a really hard hit, though. I am surprised that wasn't a foul. Is that a new country? Like, so he is from the Maldives. You guys got to tell me if the Maldives is in there or not. I can put it in at halftime. You call it the Maldives? Really? I'm used to pronouncing all sorts of stuff incorrectly, being from the Boston area, so I'm always willing to concede on my pronunciations. Oh, nice job, Lee. Great, Deandra. I will put the Maldivers in there, which I call Maldives. Here's Stockport, just on the edge of the box. Lincoln shuts that down. Stockport's playing composed. They're not playing all that fast at the moment. I mean, Lincoln looks like they're all over it. And Hills really stands out for them. He stood out when we were playing him. he was crucial in shutting down that header opportunity by Hamilton. Here comes a throw in, ball's in. Oh, Stockport goes right through, I think, Wooten's legs. He blew an awesome opportunity. Here's a cross. That gets shut down. A dive by Lincoln player gets him a call. Wooten blew that. Throw in somehow, goes right to a Stockport player. Gets away, coming in on the box. They from dead center. His shot on goal gets deflected, and the ball goes right through Wooten's legs as he's running. And he had no one in front of him, and he had the keeper in a bad spot. It was definitely a goal if he was able to corral the ball and didn't. So I would expect, Sharky, that they're wearing the red kit today. I mean, I don't know if there's something. I didn't check the site yet because Sean and I are doing the 2 other games, so I figured we have plenty of time to go over all the Wrexham stuff. And Sean's in the background working at all that stuff right now. So yeah, I was expecting he's going to come up with that, but I do not know. If anyone else knows and they want to chip in, here's a corner for Lincoln. Let's see. Nice cross in. A little bit low on the cross, but it had good action. So breakaway, 1-on-2. Here comes several Stockport players. Bad position. Wow. Good defense. Slows that break up. Now all the Lincoln players flood back. That was so close. So Stockport player had 2 Lincoln defenders in front of him, and then he had 3 Stockport players rushing down. One of them was wide right, and that player starts to get ahead, and they time it up to send him in alone, and the Lincoln defender gets a foot on the pass and saves that. Here comes free kick here for Stockport. They're going to be hooking it to the left side. They set it up. Lincoln player heads it up high and out. The greatest job defensively there. I think he could have, no one on him, he could have directed that a little bit better, but now it's a corner for Stockport. Yeah, I would imagine it's the red kits today. Okay, see? Every once in a while, I get one right. It is Maldives. So the cross comes in. It's a pretty good cross, dead center middle, and Stockport horsefall. No one on him. Free header. And he just drills it so wide. Absolutely no reason. He's only a couple of meters away, and I don't know how you miss by that much. Perfect setup. He was untouched, and no obstructions in the way, and he just blasted out of bounds. Very lucky right there. Lincoln is. Stockport now showing a lot more signs of life. They're making their way down, trying to press forward here. Lincoln does a good job, steals the ball. They swing it out far right side, trying to bring it up that. Hills clears it out for Stockport. Quick return. Here comes... Oh, Stockport had it, unable to link up with Wooten. The ball went behind him on the pass, and Lincoln's able to retrieve it. Yeah, they definitely were not looking great early. They're getting more chances now. They're playing with a little more pace, liveliness, but they're missing all the key passes here. Mistake after mistake, they could easily have had some just perfect chances, and that header was one of them, and they blew that. And Wooten's now almost had 2 in alone opportunities. It's going to be a throw in here for Stockport. Lincoln's able to steal it. Ball's back and forth, and they almost give it away to Stockport. They end up having to foul them, yellow card. So Norwood's over the ball. He's going to be taking a penalty kick. Not a penalty kick, sorry, a foul. Yeah, House. Bad foul. Ben House, the yellow. Yes, Ace, the Wrexham game was bumped to later. So another hour and 45 minutes before the Wrexham game starts. So we're watching the Stockport game since we'll be playing Lincoln next Saturday. And because Stockport, if things fell right, they would be trying to challenge us for that that automatic promotion spot at number 2. So this turns out to be an important game. We get a nice read and feel for what Lincoln is, and we can see if we have to be concerned about Stockport or not. Stretch out the money, huh? Stockport's now just bringing it back and swinging it around. Hills has it right now. Lincoln all the way up pressing, and they're able to House is able to knock it out. About 80 people here watching this. Great to see all the Red Horde fans excited. Can't wait 2 hours. Neither can I. I would just go crazy, so I might as well sit here and talk about this Stockport game. Unfortunately, I'm guessing, at least in America, there were a bunch of games on the. If you have Paramount and you watch that in the U.S. or maybe in another part of the world, they always have Wrexham on, but they don't have a lot of other League One games typically. Depending on who it is, they'll have maybe one, but it competes at the same time as the championship. So what ends up happening is they don't. They always defer to championship games as opposed to the League One games. Other than Wrexham, you don't get to see too many. But today, the Leyton Orient Wycombe game was on. And they also had like a League Two game. I think they had the Bradford game was on. And then the only other game, they all have championship games now, and then the Wrexham game after that. So, yes, thanks, Gamer World. Likes help. I hope I'm getting. I'm not. No, it doesn't appear I'm dropping any packets. The my iFollow feed's a little choppy with the Lincoln game. I don't know if anyone else has paid for it or not. If it's just me. Stockport steals the ball. There hasn't been much to say. The ball's been going back and forth here at midfield, but now Stockport's on a run moving forward. A lot of their players forward. Here comes a cross, into the edge of the box. Not a great header by the Lincoln player, and one of the defenders just buries it out of the end line to force a set play here for Stockport. Corner will be on the left side. Norwood's taking it. Shrewsbury beating Barnsley. What's all that about? What is he saying? No train to take Charlton fans home after the Wrexham game. Last train leaves at 7 p.m. Yeah, I'm sure they're all coming in buses. That's a long way to go. Be a long set of trains, wouldn't it? Here's the corner by Norwood. Good cross in. Lincoln gets the head on it, blasted out deep. Ball goes back to a Stockport player who pings it off of a good 8 players in the way, and the ball goes wide. Yeah, it was Torre. So, here comes another header in. Stockport gets a head on it, but they're not able to do anything with it. Ball gets cleared out, but then Stockport knocks it back in. Cross. Back-to-back headers there. Wooten puts it over the net. They look calling for a foul. I don't think there was anything there. You can tell it's the end of the season. Everyone's all bandaged up. Wooten, his whole left hand and last 2 fingers, and then 2 fingers are put together on his right hand. Here comes Lincoln, crossing in the middle. Ball's knocked away. Good push by Hamilton. Decent defense by Stockport. Wow, so Adai just came out, and he was like high-fiving Torre. Torre's not a big guy, but next to Wooten, he looks like a little kid. Wooten is a beast. He looks like an American football player. He looks like a linebacker or something. He looks like he's, 6'5", 6'6", 260. Here comes a cross in for Lincoln. They hold him up. So I realize that they say kilos and stuff, and I'm talking in pounds here. So as far as games, this Lincoln Stockport game is not on Paramount Plus, and I don't know if it's on ESPN or any place else. I ended up paying for it. I didn't spend a ton of time looking around to see if I could find it. I didn't expect this game was going to get airtime in the US, so I just went with the iFollow feed from Lincoln. So here's the Lincoln cross. Little low. Oh my God. It snuck in, bounced off of a die. It was just sitting there in front, and the only people near it were Stockport players. They were able to clear it out. Boy, was that a great chance. I thought that was just a crappy cross, and it surprised everyone how nobody touches this on the way in. Yeah, it drills a die who dives and barely keeps it in. Is he bigger than Will Campbell? I don't know. He looks really big. You guys can look it up and tell me how big he really is. But oh my goodness, bobbled in front, totally misplayed by the Lincoln keeper, and there's no Stockport player there to pick it up. Stockport player runs right by the keeper. When the keeper slides, misplays it, and the ball's just sitting there for someone to tap in, a Lincoln player comes up and clears it out. But Stockport's back in. They cross it in. Oh my God, off the post. Great cross in. Wooten blows it again. He's in the middle all by himself. Ball's about a foot off the ground. He turns his foot sideways and buries it off of the side post. Misses to the left. Wow. This is a good game to watch. Lincoln hoofing it downfield, out to midfield. Hills heads it back in. Lincoln's got the ball. I would have bet Wycombe to come out hotter. They did not. Yeah, they did not. Leighton looked like the better team earlier, Ace. And Wycombe came on a little bit in the second half, but then Leighton took it back over. And after that goal, it was just killing time. But this game, I mean, Lincoln's in full commit here. Here comes a great lead pass. He's on sides. Score! Lincoln. Wow. That is that House? I believe it's House that broke away and scored. It was a tough angle from the right side. Came inside the box and buried it. Yeah, you're going to have to tell me what they have to play for, but they did it. They just scored. And this is Sean and I are in kind of slightly two different camps. I think it might be beneficial for Stockport to win. And Sean just wants to put Stockport away and make sure that they're just not an issue, which I get. You know, I'm not solid on the Stockport must win to give us our best chances. I'm okay with them losing. But I see pros and cons to it. I,
if they win, lose, draw, and we'll know them by the time we get to the Wrexham game, and maybe try to enjoy this one a little bit more as I go through it.
Sure.
With a Wrexham win. Wrexham win, clear the decks, have a pitch invasion, celebrate, bring out the posters and the champagne, and then they get to have a fun away day. Do we see Mullen and Palmer get a swan song before they leave? All those glorious discussions talk, and I'm not going to say the C word. We're not saying the C word today. But we'll figure it out. Des, how are you? Just do it today. Do it today. Never have a better chance. And that's true. Today is the best chance. It's against a tough squad, but it eliminates all of that nervy last day nonsense. George Jones signing. Like button down below. So hit the... you can join. It's $1 a month, and would welcome you to that opportunity, as we're going to end up with a corner here for Stockport. Norwood going to take it, right-footed outswinger from the right-hand side. Man, their camera angles are so close, aren't they? Headed away Lincoln City, and it's going to fall back. Maybe I just end up doing this, and we can figure it all out at the end. So enjoy it rather than staring at the math stuff. I've got largely the template set up there, so I can't help myself. I like to hear the sound of my own voice, apparently.
If you want to jump back in, it's up to you. I don't mind carrying it for you. You can jump in and out, whatever you want to do.
You know what? Give me 10 minutes. Maybe I'll do the second half of this one. We'll leave you to bring it home through the first half, and then I'll steal the thunder for the last half.
Hey, I'm just so excited today, Sean. I'm like, whatever.
I'm buzzing right now. I'm twitchy, and I'm my leg is shaking, and I'm sweating. I'm gonna have to open a window. it's a fun day. Hopefully a fun day. Stockport dropping points and Charlton loss makes next weekend interesting for the playoffs. Yeah, for them. I mean, I don't think does placement really matter to you? To me, it doesn't matter for where teams finish at the end.
Oh no, giveaway by. Oh my goodness, turns into a wrestling match over there. Wooten just rips down a guy. Give him the yellow. Yeah, you got to give him a yellow on that. Come on. Keeper was really playing dangerous.
He just reaches up. He's like, well, I'm tangled anyway. I'll just wrap my arms around him, pull him to the ground, wrestling style.
Yeah, and they didn't call that. They didn't give him a card. The Lincoln keeper was a little laxed with his passing and urgency there, and he passed it right to Wooten, and then chaos ensued and with a wrestling match there. So. Yes, welcome, George. Glad you can join us here. Yeah, 65th minute sub for Brendan, exactly. Bring in the lefty. Get him warming up in the pen. Here comes a breakaway. Multiple Stockport players moving forward on the left. Wow. One Lincoln defender just ended up slowing that whole train of Stockport players up and really shut that down. That was a good rush forward. I was waiting for a pass to happen to one of the other two Stockport players that were streaking off to the right, and that Lincoln player just shut down all passes and slowed the guy in. So it was very impressive. Lincoln steals the ball and turning around and going the other way. Now Stockport steals it back. This is very exciting game to watch. Ever since Stockport woke up, I mean, Lincoln's been on and hustling and flying around and pressing everywhere the whole game. And now Stockport's matching their energy, and it's just up and down the pitch. It's physical, fast, a lot of skilled plays. And thank goodness Stockport's been blowing their opportunities. Wooten again with the ball. They kick it wide. I think that's Torre out there. They're really pushing it down that left side, Torre and Wooten. That's where they seem to be getting all their advantage. Lincoln's able to clear that out. Stockport gets it back, though. Oh, bad giveaway there by Lincoln player, and then a dive. Yeah, that was a dive.
You think that was a dive?
It's always a dive when you're at home. He ran in the back of his legs, but I think he hit the back of his legs. He touched me in the back of my legs, and I'm going with it. Versus if a guy wasn't trying to draw a foul, he wouldn't go to the ground there. His legs weren't taken out, you know.
And I'm not.
Someone kicked him in the back of the legs, and he dropped to the ground, rolling around. Like, here's a play, and then Swinger.
That's a flop right there. That.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Give everybody have a whole bunch of shovels all cut up and say, go ahead and rip out a chunk of soil and take it home with you. You'd have that place cleared right off.
Yeah, all us fans, like, someone should be, an enterprising person would have a trash bag, and they'd be cutting up large amounts of turf, putting them in little boxes and eBaying them.
eBaying them out?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Could you imagine?
How much money would you be making? All the U.S. fans would be buying up a little 1 by 1 inch of turf from from the race course for that day. I mean, if someone hasn't thought of that, they're
Well, Jason's over
not
there.
enterprising enough.
I mean, I'm frustrated. Like Jason being in there for a possible pitch invasion day, like standing on the. I'm jealous. Jealous.
What's Thomas talking about? Why am I late to this? About something being suspended?
Oh, that's Anuke for the Charlton match. He picked up a red card late in that one.
Oh,
If you,
oh yeah. Oh, I knew that. Yeah, I thought he was. If he appears, it would be a 3-point deduction. Oh, okay. So you're saying that they're going to ignore it and let him play anyway? Oh.
No, what they're saying, I think what they're talking about is a suspended 3-point deduction if the match is forced to be abandoned because of a pitch invasion. And so the game would be over, I would hope, when the pitch invasion occurs.
Yeah, why we would? I don't think we're stupid enough to invade the pitch before the game ends, but
I would hope that that's true.
But we already saw the fans do this. They lined up on the edge and waited, right?
Oh, yeah, it happens everywhere. I'm not concerned about any indiscretions being.
Here's a kick coming in off a foul. Here it is, another low one. Headed up. Goes right to a die.
There's the story of the morning. I can't take the nerves this morning. I'm thinking about invading my liquor cabinet in a few to calm the nerves. A little Irish cream in the coffee.
I still have
something stiffer.
A Wrexham lager can that I can crack open. I'll crack that open on the first Wrexham goal. When we go up 1-0.
Come on.
Here comes Lincoln. A breakaway on the right side. Player streaming forward. He has it in the box, cuts back. Wow, a lot of defenders. Still gets control of it. Here we go. Lincoln kicks right to a die.
It was there, not really the delivery you want. Left footer just kind of skips through, one bounce into a guy's chest, and
he did not catch that clean. Yeah, I could have kicked left-footed stronger than that.
I always say stuff like that, but I know it's not true.
Well, to be fair, I could, but then I would pull the majority of the muscles in my lower back, my hip, my calf, everything. Like I wouldn't be able to walk after that. Great play. Stockport blows it. Again, they had a great opportunity inside the box. Player left largely open. Takes way too long. Defense gets over, makes it difficult, and ends up going to the keeper who dives and picks it up for Lincoln. What were you saying there, Sean?
Copa de Oro or Kahlua? I've never had Copa de Oro. I'll have to look for it.
You've never had Kahlua?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. Now I'm going to have to see if I can find it.
Presume you've had Irish coffee.
Irish coffee, blueberry tea. I like boozy hot drinks. That's a good call by Halai, the official there. I guess you're a little bit behind me coming up on the no call as they get tangled up. Two players.
Oh, another dive. Jeez. House is working hard out there. Hills knocks it down. Another flop. They're going to give him the call. A little bit of a push in the back, but these players are just going with it. They get touched and they're like, okay, I'll go to ground. Liché Bourbon. Stockport's swinging it around. Here's the cross. Wow, they got to call that. Oh, they didn't. Whoever that was for Stockport came in and crushed the Lincoln player who was able to head it away.
Lychee
Norwood's
bourbon.
going to be taking the corner here.
Because they're all going to turn me into an alcoholic by the end of this one.
Players, yeah. Ball's headed out by Hills. So the formation that Lincoln's in right now, when they have the goal kick, where just outside the little keeper's box there, they can put two defenders, one on each side. That was a rule that they introduced this year, right?
I don't know, to tell you the truth.
It seemed, or has that always been in play? Like, that's the standard thing you do if you're trying to play out from the back, where you can just pass to those guys. Like,
don't know.
I don't know that I'm in favor of that. Again, here comes Stockport. They're on the front foot, definitely. Lincoln steals it. Oh, almost sprung a player on the right side. I'm not sure who that is. Can't tell from this distance. Stockport steals it back. They're playing it around. They're moving forward. 40th minute.
Sorry, I'm spoiling it because I realize I'm a couple seconds ahead. I'm going to see if I can go backwards or pause and then restart.
That's fine. You can, when you take it over.
That flop in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Was one of the best ones I've seen.
Moxon just Billy Waters did into the stands on the side. Don't know why. Yeah, it's W&G. So it has to do with the audio software. I didn't think Sean would want to be talking, so the only way I can get him to talk is because I'm feeding both his audio and video in at the same time, so I have to have his video going. And usually I have my window behind Sean so I can talk, but since I'm taking this and he's not, I had to flop mine to the front. I didn't resize his so that you can't see that he's there, but he can still talk. It's a bunch of BS you don't really care about, but put it up there and asked. So
we're almost at the halfway mark of what could be the perfect outcome leading up to our match. Crazy good.
Thing is the production value could be better, except the games are on top of each other, back to back to back. You have to struggle around just to get everything set up. Throw in here for Lincoln. Lincoln's able to get a hold of it after the ball gets pinged around, crosses it back. Lincoln player was offsides, I think. Got back on sides. Yeah, House cycles it back line. They're going to try again. Oh, ball sneaks through. Lincoln gets it, knocks it ahead. Oh, foul right there. They don't call. They're playing advantage. Here comes Lincoln into the box. Oh, hard touch. Oh, goal. I thought he hit it too hard. I thought it got ahead of him.
Yes!
And he still nails it. Ring. Surprised there. If you see that back, he has one touch that I think a Stockport player can get to. It looks like the Stockport player doesn't move on it because he's not expecting that hard of a touch. A die doesn't move. He freezes. And
bullet to the left. He wasn't expecting to go short side. A die was there. Just didn't get low enough to grab the ball.
Yeah.
2-0.
Yeah, he guessed to the left, and it went right through the wickets. Nutmegged for the goal.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's building up for it. I can feel it in my bones. Oh, my word. Oh, well, I think I'm going to narrow down my... No, I'm not. I don't know.
Thomas, liking Lincoln. Everyone's saying they like Lincoln. That's also what I named my my second son, Lincoln.
Based on the name of the city?
Based on Nebraska? I liked the name Lincoln. I like the president, but I like the name Lincoln, so that's what I named.
Oh, yeah, I guess there's that Abraham Lincoln guy. I thought maybe it was Lincoln, Nebraska, and he had some connection to the Midwest. It is Lincoln, Nebraska, right? You know we're searching. Deandre's making Lincoln jokes. 2-0 coming up to halftime. Stockport's chance at autos ends with a draw, and they're sitting 2 down.
Stockport blasted again off of Lincoln player. Yeah, Lincoln Continental doesn't who is it? All right.
I'm not going to ask about conception and what was happening in the back seats. It's a little bit too adult for this. There's your other kid named Ford.
Here comes Stockport pressing forward again. They have it on the far right. Ball's knocked out. They're going to have a throw in the deep corner there. Plus 1 minute, so we get about 45 seconds here, 50 seconds. Here comes the throw in. Ball's in the corner. Here comes the played back to the middle. There it is. Great opportunity. Does not finish it. Ends up putting it on the carpet right to the keeper. Lincoln player scoops it up. About 15 seconds left here. He's just delaying as long as he can before he boots this away. Whistle will be coming in a second. There it is. Halftime, 2-0 Lincoln. There you are. You are on screen, sir.
Okay. I haven't looked at the stats. I haven't looked at much of the game. I've been looking at all of the options. I mean, I can sit and largely take you through the clinch scenarios. The easiest one, because everybody wants to know this stuff, right? I live this sort of thing. The easiest outcome today, we win and we're through. Done and dusted. If this result holds, it makes the picture a lot easier. I'm just going to go through. If we end up drawing today, so that would put us at 87 points. Wycombe, a draw eliminates Charlton. Let's get that off. If we lose to Charlton, Charlton's still in it. So if we get a draw today and we don't clinch, then we would be at 87 points. We're only in a battle with Wycombe. We have a goal differential then because of the draw of 28, and we have a goals for of at least 62. We're not going to catch Wycombe unless we get a 7-7 draw today. So let's just move that out. So then it's easy. We're promoted with a win or a draw, And if we have a loss at 87 points, we need to have Wycombe not win. Does that make sense? We would be at 89 points. We win, doesn't matter what Wycombe does. We draw, it doesn't matter what Wycombe does. If we lose, we open up the door for them to take it, but only with a win. So a draw is not a bad thing today now. I don't want it. I want a clinch, but we're good because of this Stockport loss makes things so much cleaner. If we lose, we are on 86 points. Charlton, because of their win over top of us, would be 1 point behind at 85. Wycombe would be at 84 points. Because of the loss, at best, our goal differential would be 27. Charlton, at best, would be, at worst, would be at 26. They could still add 2 and lower us and go up on the goal differential. Wycombe's already cemented at 27. So what does that mean at 86 points? We're still promoted with a win because we would be up to 89. If we had a draw and got to 87 points, we get promoted unless Charlton win because they would jump us to the 88 points. And if we lose, we only get promoted if both Charlton and Wycombe lose. So it becomes very easy math. Very easy math as a consequence of this result holding. And so long may that continue. And I guess I should probably put that onto a graphic.
Yeah, one of the things you said I'm not sure was positive. If we draw today against Charlton, we're only up 3 on Wycombe, which means even if we don't win or draw in Lincoln, we can lose to Wycombe because they would need, if they were to win against Stockport and we were to lose against Lincoln, then we would lose because we'd be even at least on goal difference and they have all the tiebreakers, or if they won by more than a goal, they would
so
have
you're
the
saying
goal
we draw and Wycombe draws or wins? Sorry, you're saying we draw and Wycombe wins. You have to remember we're at 86 points. If we draw today, that puts us at 87.
If we draw today and lose at Lincoln, but Wycombe wins against Stockport because Stockport has nothing to play for.
Yep.
That's why I was saying
I've got that. Let me go through what I said. If we draw today, we're at 87 points. Wycombe's at 84.
Yeah.
If we lose, we remain at 87 points. If Wycombe wins, they move up to 87 points. So the only way we get promoted if we lose is if Wycombe draws or loses.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And my concern is that Stockport will have nothing to play for next week if they lose this game today.
Yep.
To Lincoln. So with Stockport not trying, probably not playing their best players, likely Wycombe wins, not just wins, but wins by a couple of goals, taking the goal difference off, meaning if we were to lose today, we'd have to win, not just draw against Lincoln.
If you want to talk about it positively with this outcome, the only way that we're in trouble going forward is if we lose and Charlton wins or Wycombe wins.
Yeah.
Right.
Presumably we lose.
Lose. Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's the only. If you want to look at it from the other flip of the coin, Charlton's got to sit there, and this is the frustrating. You look at the permutations, and you can find the ways out, but you sit there and you look at Charlton. How does Charlton get in? Well, it's I guess it's straightforward to them. They got to win 2 in a row. That's the only option that's available to them. If you're Stockport, they had to win and get a whole bunch of permutations, including Charlton losing and all that sort of stuff, and that's that. And for Wycombe, it's largely the same now because of that loss today being on 84 points. Is the only way that Wycombe secures a position is if Charlton's out of the equation and doesn't take it from them, and they end up winning and we lose. That's it. So we are in a glorious spot, but my God, do I just want it to end. That's all I want.
Well, I guess what Wycombe would be looking for is a draw by us today and then a loss in the last game. So a draw loss and Wycombe win, Wycombe goes up and we don't in the automatic.
Correct, because we would remove Charlton from the equation and it's still a 2-pony race. I think that they would prefer that, yes. It creates too many variables to want a dispositive result in 2 different games. They would need Charlton to lose and us to lose to then find a way in. So if we're able to get a draw today, wipe Charlton out of the equation, and they still get in on goal difference, then that's fine for them. And I mean, and that only changes if we light up the lamp here, because if we were to draw today, we're still one ahead of them on the goal differential. But if we lose that, if we in the follow-up, or for them to get up, so that's probably their preference. Yep, you're right. Just going to go to the chat.
They're rooting for a draw today, and then a Wrexham loss, and they were also rooting for this Lincoln loss. So this Lincoln win, because then Stockport will give them the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
fascinating. The run in, just fascinating. Around the league, just quickly for what's going on around us, because are at the bottom probably of the table. Around us, we've kind of well covered. Crawley's up ahead, so they're moving themselves up to 43 points with an opportunity to save things. Burton sitting at 0-0 with Burton. That won a massive game, because Burton taking on Cambridge United. Does Cambridge United have an opportunity to get out? Not if it sits as its current results. This would guarantee their relegation. Cambridge has to come out with a win. Burton's trying to stay out, and if they lose, they fall into the relegation zone. So that's a fascinating one to keep an eye on. Crawley trying to line themselves up for a potential escape. That's as good as they can do unless Burton drops a point. They'd still be behind on goal differential. So they're just trying to line themselves up for a mistake. And Bristol Rovers lost to Reading. And so now they're desperate they still have an escape at 43 points, but it's fascinating at the bottom. But you get to Mansfield, who's now safe, Northampton, Posh, Exeter City, Stevenage, Rotherham, Wigan, Barnsley, Blackpool, Lincoln. They're all back next year. I guess, can Lincoln come up 64 points? I guess there's a mathematical pathway for them. No, there isn't. They got to get to 75. So they're done. Lincoln, Huddersfield's back this year. Bolton's. We're down to the 7 teams at the top. One of them's not going to make it, either Leighton or Reading, going into the final match. And we've got 5 teams fighting for 4 spots at the bottom to save themselves from relegation. It's a crazy time. This running stuff is just nuts. Every year. It wasn't this crazy last year, I don't think. Everything was pretty much kind of set, or just happened on the last day. Well, not the last day, but like it was a couple days early. So it was sort of moot point by the time it got to the last 2. All the permutations had sort of taken care of themselves. Wycombe lost. We got a massive leg up by Leyton Orient, 1-0. Do I even remember the goal?
Yeah.
I don't. I remember the Lincoln City goals. I'm going to get all confused here as I'm replaying in my head. I was like, no, that's the first goal. No, that's the second goal. 1-0. Goal in the second half by Randall Williams. That's it. Clean sheet. Don't care. Win it all. Put it away. So I'm going to bring things up here. I'm going to have to move some things around so that I can pick this up. So if you wouldn't mind just taking over while I go ahead and do that.
Sure. I guess what I would say is when there was, like 7 or 8 games to go, we were talking about how many points we thought it would take to get the automatic. And you were thinking we could do it at 86, 87. I was saying I thought it would take 88, but I thought 89 is what we really wanted to get to. I thought we would score 89 points. And in that mix, that factored in us having at least 1 loss. And in those games, we didn't have a loss. So we still haven't got that loss yet. And if we do get a win and a loss in these last 2 games, that would get us the 89 points. And either combination doesn't matter. If we lose against Charlton and win against Lincoln, we're in. If we win against Charlton and then pack it in against Lincoln, we're still in. So it turns out that those numbers played out like I thought. And Yeah.
Yeah, you were right.
I was. I nailed it right on. I said 89 is going to be the number, and I would expect. Now, granted, we could score 3 more extra points. We could get to 92 with a win-win.
It could still be 7. I could still be right. I just don't want to be right because it means more drama.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that we take it today, and then I don't know, like who knows what we do. We put in a lot of players that we want them to see the field and enjoy ourselves in the last game, because it won't be anything we'll need to win. And if Lincoln's playing this hard when they have nothing to play for, they would have a good chance of beating us in the last game if we've already clinched the second spot. So, yeah, it would make total sense for me for us to end on the 89 that I forecasted and for us to go up in the 2 spot. So and they can make me look like I know what I'm talking about, which I certainly don't.
I'm with you, and I'll take it. I mean, I don't want to be in the position where it's 87 points and I can be like I won, because that's going to be after an exhausting, holy crap, what the hell game against Lincoln City, and I just don't want to get there. Let's take care of our house. Let's win today. Put everything to bed. If you know, it's just going to be what it is. We win, we're in. We draw, we're in a good position. We lose, we got work to do. Simple. And that's what you would expect in any outcome. And so I like the fact that the outcome that we're seeing here around the league opens it up to just simple permutations, which we get to rely on Wrexham to determine their outcome. And if we crap the bed, then we crap the bed, and there's nobody to point to and blame and wonder, and it's just have a look in the mirror, and that's what it is. And so that's where I'm at. And I hope that Stockport, they're going to be making 2 changes here at the half, which I think you have to when you're down 2-0. You got to shake it up. So they're going to do that. And we're just going to bounce at it. We haven't looked at the stats. I don't even know if people care about the stats. The only one that matters to me, are the one that's the most important, is touches in the box. Stockport has that. They have more possession. They had 10 shots to 6, but only 3 on target. But it was all big chances for Leyton Orient. Again, the passes are light today, 170 to 115. That's, I mean, I guess that's not atrocious. 340 for Stockport at the end, and 230. Pretty low for Leyton Orient. Or sorry, for Lincoln City. I'm doing it. Confusing Lincoln City and Leyton Orient is going to happen throughout the Oh. I can just hear Deandra being like, hold in the background. A couple of things. Sponsors, Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. If you haven't had the opportunity to go and check them out. They'll do the pins, something like this one right here. They'll do the embedded and the soft embed. They'll do the medals for your competitions. You can do your sport training, for work, for whatever the circumstances are. Go and check them out. Free artwork, free delivery. Your 48 years of service. They're in good hands. ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. I am going to go here, and I'm going to try to put the Discord thing up in the chat. Sorry, I didn't have a lot of stuff as I was putting together all of the permutations. And so for those of you who are not on the Discord channel and you want to fill the gap through the week and beyond, then check this as we are underway. Stockport going from right to left on your computer monitor. Lincoln City going from left to right. The Discord link is up, and I'm at 45 minutes, 10 seconds. 45 minutes and 15 seconds as Corey Adai has it and boots it down the left-hand side and sets it there, and it goes out of bounds. Not a good start, as it couldn't be controlled by Rydell, the sub, who was in for Oloafe. Interesting sub, because if you're looking for goals, I think you'd get it more from him. I love the Stockport commentator. They're so quiet and silent and despondent, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Oh wow, he got his legs swept under him, and somehow he gave the foul. He was fouled. I think I think he stuffed that one. The official, his House gets his legs swiped out underneath him, but I guess because he was in the way, he. Oh no, he did. Sorry, I misunderstood who was getting the foul. He was looking for a yellow card, so it's going to be a 35-yard free kick by Lincoln City towards goal. They've got Hackett and Ring, one of the goal scorers, over the ball. Interesting. The home attendance down today in Stockport on a game where they could end up pushing themselves forward. I mean, it hasn't turned out that way with the results, but that's where we're at. The other thing is we're 28 minutes away. Oh, that was a great delivery, and I think Adai either misplayed that or was really confident with understanding his range of the post and just stopped there and let it go past him for the goal kick. We are 26 minutes away from figuring out the lineup, so we'll go through that for both Wrexham and Charlton in what will be a cracker. And let's not forget, Charlton's in the mix on this thing too, and they've got eyes set on promotion. They want to grab their 3 points, but it would have to be 3 points for them. A draw or a loss eliminates them. Wooten stops it. Stockport opportunity. Oh, the back pass was horrible coming back from Wooten, but they're still able to collect it. Fevrier shoots, scores. Stockport has life. Fevrier, the substitute, who I said, if you're looking for goals, go to Oloafe. What do you do? And they bring in Fevrier, and he pockets it. And maybe I should not be the person who does the color. We need Brendan to be here. Am I the bad luck? Am I the bad luck? The good news is they still need 2 more as far as our interests are.
What
2-1. The bad guys score, and maybe that'll wake Lincoln City up. They say 2-0, the most dangerous lead to have, because you get comfortable thinking you got it on lock, and then a couple of whoops, and now you're sitting there staring at a tie. 4th goal of the year by Fevrier, and here comes Lincoln City looking to answer into the area and just easily chested down there. Hackett, right-hand side, 20 yards away, moves it forward, 12 yards away, 5 yards away, goes for the cross, bounces, and it's going to be a corner. 3rd corner of the day is that struck Rydell. So fascinating. They took Horsfall out too. Like that's their I think their best defender. And I am a massive fan of Brad Hills. We all know that as a player. But interesting subs. I mean, I guess the answer has worked so far. Maybe that's just to go for goals. Head it in and head it out. Goalkeeper all the way out 35 yards away in order to push that one forward. It bounces, gets collected, and it's going to be Noyle. Punches it down the line. Oh, why did I say that Oloafe was out when he came in?
He was on the bench. He didn't start the game.
On the bench for Anderson. I don't know why Anderson started. But
yeah, when I did the pregame, I said the same thing. I'm really surprised that Oloafe was on the bench. But
Brendan, a request from Dale there. Can you put the top half of the table on the screen as it currently stands?
Yeah.
I'll leave that to you as the request as Stockport looks for the crossbar post. Wooten! Wow. Linesman says no. Header hits the post and bounces off the post and straight into the arms of Wickens. Oh my God. I thought that was in for sure. I saw that looping over and I was like, oh God. And I have no angle to be able to tell whether it crossed. I mean, but it did end up in the keeper's hand. So I would tend to think no, because you got to get the ball fully across the line. It would have been some sort of physical magic to go straight off and curl into the net and back out. That would have been some crazy backspin in limited space. Stockport ain't giving up. Stockport ain't giving up. Wooten's. Let's watch this one again. It's a great cross. Was that Fevrier? Gets it far post. Wooten outworks his man post. Oh, did that bounce in? Ooh, it's close. I don't think it was, but it bounced right on the line. I'm sure we're going to see overhead angles to boot after that one to figure it all out. But to me, it looks like it came off and landed just on the line with that little smidge of the ball on the other side. Brendan, did you see that?
No, I'm off working hard for you guys. You said you wanted
you're
the tables.
Off doing your thing, trying to get the magic of the live table running. Yeah, alternative angles to come to get no VAR. It doesn't matter. That's how it stands. Are they yelling thief? They're playing it again. Impossible to tell. The problem is you've also got the head of a camera person there. Oof. Like, I don't think it crossed the line, but it is like 80% of the ball is across. Any of the Stockport announcers saying it didn't look like it crossed the line, but that's as close as it's gotten. A reminder on this one, we're looking for Stockport not to win. A draw is fine, a loss is better, whatever it is. If they stay alive with a win, they cause challenges if we don't secure promotion. The goal, always, just grab the 3 points and go home with it. As Stockport continuing to come over. Knocked back. Moxon into the area, collected easily by Wycombe. Fevrier on the right-hand side, it looks like. Should be up there for you now. The live table. Pye knocked it down, gets it over to Hill over on the right-hand side. The switch is on, back to Pye. Left footer, going to advance it forward, sneaks it past the first Lincoln City defender, but it's collected there by O'Connor, who's playing it back to Wickens, and Wickens mishits it. Sliced, but can it get rescued? Whoop, it did. Duriqua puts it up. Pye trying to fight for it. Stockport not able to get control as Duriqua pushes it forward. Stockport are working on my nerves. I get it. Brad Hills kicks it back. Goal kick. Corey Adai going to get us underway again. 54 minutes. Oh, how are the nerves? How are we doing?
Isn't this a much more entertaining game?
Yeah, it's their Fevrier's. Since he's come on, he's been all over the place. Oh, there's a cross into the area, stabbed away. Good defensive play by Jackson coming backwards. This Fevrier on the right has been a handful. We are going up. Back to back to back. Back to back to back. Back to back to back. Ole, ole. Right-footed outswinger Norwood going to put this one into the area. Near post, gets headed away. The chase is on. Noyle with the wheel stops the counterattack, and a whiskey, something to take the edge off. Whatever it is, do your thing. I'm thinking more coffee is probably a mistake. I'm just getting jittery as it is. Oh, man. A pitch invasion and a win at home. It's the dream, back to back to back, and it's there. Holy. What the hell is going on at Burton? I don't even know. Let me go back and figure it out. Have they crapped the bed? 0-0. Is there something else going on? Oh, I can imagine, Daniel. I saw the Wrexham AFC chat on Facebook. not the official one, but one of the fan groups. And there had to have been at least 300 posts for people asking for tickets. Just absolutely nuts. Stockport can only catch if Wrexham have a really, really bad day times 2. Yeah, 2 losses. Well, 2 losses or a loss and a draw. If they control their own destiny, if they take care of their business and win both. But the challenge is it eliminates, because Stockport plays Wycombe, it increases the possibilities of a circumstance that would knock Wrexham out if they had a bad day. If Stockport eliminates themselves, then you only have to worry about Wycombe getting points, or getting a win. Where if it's Stockport that's in the competition, then it's win by either side, and we're only hoping for a draw. And so I don't like those numbers. I don't like those odds. I just want as many permutations as we can in our favor. And right now we're building on the backs of other teams. We're building a nice little go forward here. Did you see Ryan selling drinks within the stadium? I did not. And even if I did see them, I did not. Yeah, Pundit's got a ticket. Jason's there. He's got a ticket. He secured his before he left. So there are people in the stands who are looking at the amazing opportunity for a pitch invasion. Nice little play by Lincoln City. I mean, no support on the run forward here for Ring, but a good interplay to get it over. And Stockport County dominating on the possession side this half. I'm curious what the possession stats are. Let's bring those up in the second half. 67% to 33%. 2 shots on target. 2 shots. 1 shot on target, 1 goal. And for Lincoln City, no shots, nothing on target, no big chances, and only 14 accurate passes. Yeah, they're parking the bus, I guess, and hoping. Feel like they've done enough. I can't jinx as long as I don't say the C word, Michael. Right? That's all we're worried about today. It's not saying the C word. Moxon moving his way forward. And I have heard of the commentator's curse, but I'm not. I'm just a fan. Pie with it. Stockport maintaining control. Still a lot of time in this one. Brad Hill just kicking about in the center back position. Fans starting to get a little unruly. The commentator talking about it. Still searching. Free kick 35, 37 yards away. As Rydell gets tripped up looking for options and can't get it over. Man, can we talk about the collapse of Huddersfield? What? Oh. Like, you want to talk about a team that's completely fallen off the map?
Well,
5 losses in a row.
After a win today, we'll have all the time to talk about the championship and all the teams in League One come next week if we win today, right?
Absolutely, but we don't say the C word.
Oh, yeah.
Headed in, Stockport. Missed opportunities. It goes past on the far post. Brad Hills knocks it back, and it's collected there. Rydell sent back in, up, collected. Wickens. Confident take there. I'll take that. Wrexham has not lost back-to-back matches since February 10 of 2024. We do a good job of eking out points. We do an amazing job under pressure. We have been in these situations before. We've seen the bell be answered. Windows close when opportunities are given to Wrexham. For all of those reasons, I feel good about it. We don't know the answer to those questions from Charlton. When the whispers are there and the screams get louder and the nerves are there, how do they respond? We don't know. What do we know? 2 defensive teams that are going to be in an epic battle. I don't think a 0-0 or a 1-1 score is out of the question. I do think that there is a potential 1-goal win for either side. And if I was to put my money on it, despite Charlton being in form and the second best team in the league in the second half of the season, I'm going with Wrexham, even with my in a game like this, with the proven capacity and at home, I think that you've got to consider that. So I feel good. And I'm also buoyed by the fact that the teams around us, go Lincoln to finish this one off, but we were helped by Leyton Orient. Thank you to the O's. I mean, they're fighting for their own. They're going to have a battle next week to find out who's going to earn a playoff spot. And whether that's Wycombe or Charlton, potentially could be Stockport. Us, I don't care. Singing crowds, flares, glory, chaos, history. It's all on the table, but here's Fevrier moving things forward. Left footer, cross into the box, headed away. Well taken, but it's collected by Stockport and put back over the other side. Rydell, left-hand side, 18-yard box, dancing around his man. Can't find it, puts it in front of the area, gets the pass back, and well done. Defense by Dariqua to knock that one away, but it's collected by Stockport again. Moxon moves it forward. Norwood, right footer, and that is a horrible slice right off the edge. Just because there isn't a single cloud in the sky, it does not mean I can leave my umbrella. 5% chance of rain. I'm bringing an umbrella. I get it. Ooh, the game is settled as far as Stockport. Stockport control, but they were having better opportunities in the box. It just felt like it was overwhelming. Now it feels like they're struggling to search for things a little bit lazy getting back there. Who's this guy? Number 6. Arahone? Sub for him, please. He's not into the game. The energy level just not there. Even on that kick over, he's just walking again. It's raining. I get it. I totally get it, Des. I am usually the pessimistic guy who likes to look at all the opportunities, but I don't know why the result that scared me more than even Wycombe losing was Stockport winning, because I just didn't want to lose options. Doesn't make any sense. It's irrational. I get it. Norwood throws it in. Moxon collects over on the right-hand side. Their midfield fluid as ever. Moxon all over the place. Norwood all over the place. 9 minutes away from the lineups coming forward. And a long ball, way too far, just going to be collected by Wickens. Is he going to wait for a forward to come and get him? Wow, 64th minute, we're already waiting for the attackers to come forward. It gets a bump. Wickens gives him a little bit of a shave on the back of the ankle. Give him both cards. Give him both cards. Wickens took the boots and kind of kicked him in the back of the leg. Not kicked him, scraped him. Tapped him with the bottom of his boot. And so the referee is going to go over and have a talk to them. The keeper just laughing the whole way through it. You can see Wickens just stands over the ball, waits for an attacker to come forward, and Oloafe comes forward and barges into him. Oh, it wasn't a scrape. Wickens just kicked him in the back, tapped him in the ankle. The referee went over and said, "You can't do that." I think you're going to go through the pain more than me. Hardened to it, many years of it. Yeah, the calluses. You're used to the fire, brimstone, and the suffering. This is all new. And to be fair, we've been spoiled too. For the newer fans, we had a moderate level of disappointment in season 1, but then it's been onward and upward. 65th minute here. That's good of pain. Now I got what's that? Who's the singer of that song? I know it. Joy, pump it up in pain. Yeah, keep it going now. Sunshine and rain. Yeah, here we go. I got that blasting through my brain, my noggin. God, just sitting there staring at the Wrexham Twitter, waiting for the lineup, watching this 24 minutes plus added time. We've had an outstanding result with Wycombe. It's Lincoln with the ball on a throw-in. Dariqua over on the right-hand side. Lots of white jerseys standing in front of him. Holding, going to throw it over top. And it's going to just go out for a goal kick. Whoopsies. To the paint. Oh, sorry. Princess Bride quote. I never got there. The roster comes out in 7 minutes, and I'm queued up with Wrexham AFC. And I went to Twitter, even though I'm suspended, just to get it. And they're advertising for me to give them money when my account is suspended. Really? Wait, am I back? Did they let me back? Handball. Direct handball. Yellow card. No, I'm not. You can see Sam Smith pictures, Lee Smith on Twitter, Parky's all smiles, tons of people in the lineup. You can just tell. Madness on what could be an absolutely glorious day, and we've had our share. But for right now, taking in Stockport, free kick about 32 yards away from goal, right footer is swung into the box, dangerous, headed away. Give this Dariqua guy a raise. He and Hackett doing work. Arrowhome there, and Arrowhome gives away. He can get subbed. I don't know who this guy is. Arrowhome, Ethan Arrowhome, 23 years old, Scottish. The effort level's not there. You'd think for a 23-year-old, you want to still bust his hump to show off the cut of his jib for the future. But he's got a couple of mistakes, and he's been a little bit lazy. See, this kid broke him down just with effort. Who are you? Give you a raise. You deserve all the money. Tackled, won the ball, nothing there. That could have arguably been. Who's number 8 and when did he come into the game? He busted his hump all the way down the pitch. That was impressive as all hell. Tom Bayliss. 26 years old, from 30 yards away from his own goal, runs the length of it and gets tackled at the end. They say tackle, arguably could have been a foul, and given back. And here's more effort from Lincoln City. Keep doing this. This is what I like to see. Nothing but effort from 3/4 of the team is Collins. Man, Bayliss. So he's on the other side of two people. He puts the ball forward, and the official says that the late stab got to the ball first. Always look on the bright side of life. Can get the roster from Blue Sky. Yep, I can do that too. I don't know if I logged in on my computer. Blue Sky. I'm looking. Fevrier doing his work over on the side, earns himself a throw-in from about 20 yards away. They're going to take it quickly as Stockport is. They throw it on back. Moxon with it, throws it. Can it be kept in? It can. Another hard work by Fevrier, and it comes back to Moxon. Fevrier, 25 yards out. 18 yards out, a missed pass. Can Lincoln City get to clear? They can. Do they keep it in play? They do. And it's chipped forward, and Lincoln City looking to advance it forward. 20 minutes plus added time left in this one is... There's the effort I like. Continued push forward. Dariqua is going to die there and go out, and it's going to be a throw. And Dariqua says, dude, Hamilton, you did all that work, and then you gave me a crap pass. What the flying? Fresh legs coming in for Lincoln City in a moment. Right now, it's Stockport County with the ball going forward up to Oloafe, who tries to get it past and can't, gets it nicked by O'Connor, and it goes back to Wickens, who thumps it down the pitch. Bayless with it. Offside. And so it's going to be Stockport free kick. One hour away. Alex will be back then. Oh, buckle up. 2 minutes away from getting the rosters for our match for both sides. And I'm going to go and grab a couple of things here. The Discord is above if you wanted to grab that one. Just hitting the refresh button and waiting and going and waiting. Here come the triple subs for Lincoln. 28, 14, 34. Jack Moylan, Freddie Draper, and Connor McGrandles. I do like that as a name, McGrandles. Hackett coming off. Draper for Collins. Take off this Arahone kid. Ben House. Oh, he had a yellow card. The goal scorer, Ben House, who's on a yellow, he comes off. How are we feeling? Because everybody else's heart rate starting to pick up here a little bit. Blackpool ties up 1-1. Cannot miss a minute of the Red Horde family. I'm buzzing. It's all the feels. All the feels as the time just ticks away in this one. Coming up to 75 minutes. Lineup is out as Wickens gets it back underway. It should be out any second now. There it is. I'll get Brendan to put this up when he gets an opportunity, but I'll just read it off to you because it's pretty straightforward. Ogonko in the net. Brunt, Scar, Clueworth. That's your back line. On the wings, Longman on the right. McLean on the left. And in the midfield, James, Dobson, Rathbone. Up front, Smith and Rodriguez. On the bench, Burton for the keeper. O'Connell and O'Connor as defensive options. Barnett to potentially enter on the wings. In the midfield, Elliott Lee. And up front, Fletcher and Marriott. As expected. No drama. Let her go. Now to find out Charlton, because they, unlike us, had some injury issues that they suggested were evident. So let's go see how they're doing. By way of background, opportunity there on a Hooten flick on net, and it just goes wide. There'll be a corner. 3 headers. Oloafe flips it. Wooten from the 18 yards out, and he just gets it over, and it's punched away by Wickens just barely. Missing on the right-hand corner. Saved, right? It was there. Oof. Wickens is all smiles. I love the cheeky attitude of this kid. Right-footed outswinger. Finds the back of the net, but the whistle had blown. Too much pushy-shovey with Oloafe. Charlton Athletic hasn't posted onto their Blue Sky, so I do have to go back to the other source that shall not be named. Okay, so we do the corner again, 75 minutes, 15 minutes plus added time to take it home. And the official here, same official that we had in Huddersfield, not liking things between Oloafe and McGrandles with the handlings. Starting 11, just as a reminder, they lost the services of Chuck Zaneke. The question was, do Leeburn and Barry make header, crossbar header over the net? Oh, baby. Moxon with the second opportunity. I don't even know who had the first, but right to the middle, 6-7 yards away from the goal. Brad Hills, crossbar. Moxon, 2 inches over. Oh, my word. Ooh. Holy cow. Lincoln City, not okay on the set pieces. I don't want any more corners if that's Brad Hills and Moxon with their height going to get there. So in any event, Aneke, we know that his 1 goal and 5 assists. He's one of their super subs, comes in the end. He's not available, red card. The questions were Luke Berry, Miles Leaburn. Leaburn, nowhere to be seen. Luke Berry, nowhere to be seen. So what does that mean? What does that mean for Charlton? Is that's a total of, I got to scroll up and get my numbers again. 7 plus 14. That's 14 goals and 12 assists that are taken out of the lineup with those 3 players being unavailable. Now, they were without those players. They had a Neke, but they were without Leaburn and Berry in the last game, as I understand it. So they're still winning without them and still performing without them. But that's 14 goals. This is a defensive battle, and they're going to be lined up for it, and they're going to be taking it into the circus. Oh, baby. See this one home, and let's figure it out. Anybody else watching this one see that last little thing? Why do people hate Twitter? Elon Musk? That's why they suspended me for counterfeit, and I could have put a suspension in, but I was like, no, I don't care. I don't care. Politics. Yep, that's it. Oh, another header! Scores. 2-2. Lincoln City has no answer for an aerial assault. And now it's nervy time for me. Fevrier has owned the right and gets it forward. 3 white jerseys there spectating. And it just lands on the head. Nothing Wickens can do on that is 4 white jerseys all sitting there ball watching. Yeah, no, we've got the lineups. No changes for us and exactly what we expected. And for them, they're missing 3 of their top players. You want the football gods to help you out. They're giving us legs up. We got to attend to it. But 12 minutes of madness and chaos in this one. I'm going to need a drink. And I guess you're probably pretty numb to this because you're in the position if Stockport win this one, it's not the worst case because then it means they're going to be putting in effort on this one in the second one, even though it takes away options for promotion. You like the fact that they're more likely to work themselves into a draw than if they lose and they're out of it, give Wycombe a pathway. If they win here, they're more likely to give Wycombe a win by kind of half-assing it in the final game instead of working their way into a draw. So I can get that. Ugh. Everyone in League One's been amused today. Amused is a great word for it, WNG. Amused. Fevrier, another cross, knocked down. Wooten bangs it forward and it's collected there by Wickens, who hits the deck and allows the clock to tick. 79, 42, 43. And he's stepping forward and Wickens directing his forwards. The whistles from the Stockport fans trying to ring in to let him know that he's wasting time. Tried to flop to Draper. And they're getting into a little pushy shovey with Pye, but the referee will let that one go. Oh, boy. Fevrier again beating 2 guys. Opened him up. Busted. He's going to have lots of space for the corner across. It's there. It's 3-2. Jesus. And the broadcaster finally wakes up. Back in the race for automatic promotion. And I've made a mess of everything. What the flying? Frustration. And I've broken everything. My monitor's going on and off. I can't get my stupid camera to set up properly. I don't know what I've done.
What the
I've made a mess of things. Don't throw things. The thing is you can see that whole play breaking down, and I mean, Lincoln City has nothing to play for, so they just write it off and go home now. And
what the
what the fuck did I do? Okay, I think I got it. We'll leave it as it sits. 9 minutes here. As soon as he broke through those two players, I was like, this is going. And it creates a whole mess in the scenarios. Just an absolute mess in the scenarios. That's it. That's the outcome. Who cares? We win after this game and we're good. The challenge is if we lose, we've really cut out options. Jackson, Lincoln City down, blew out his right knee. I don't know. He's calf. He's acting as though he's in a whole bunch of pain. Oh boy. So if you're joining us, Wrexham game will be following this one. We know the lineup. It's only 40 minutes away here. We'll have time to build up towards it. Left atrium exploding. Still 2 chambers remaining. You're talking heart. When I originally read atrium, I thought like the atrium of a building. Stockport could do what they like because we ain't losing. I just didn't want to look at the damn table and all of the outcomes again. They're really singing to the Football League we're on our way. I mean, it's possible, but the math isn't really there for Stockport. They still need to beat Wycombe on the road. And they need us to drop points. And they need Charlton not to be in the battle. I mean, it's... Adai with it. Finally underway after Jackson gets off the pitch with his blown knee. I don't know if there was a sub for it because I was looking at the permutations, but Stockport County with the ball playing it around. Knock it forward. It's all the way over to Rydell. Stockport County still maintaining possession. They're going to go for a center back kick around, and Lincoln City just not really pressing. Not really pressing, just sort of bouncing around, one man forward over to Fevrier, and he's just going to put it back to the center back, and they have finally added a second guy to put the chase on, and here comes another for the chase on. So there's a little bit of effort, but it took them a while to wind it up. And when they open up, here comes Stockport. Rydell into the area. Far post, headed up over top. 5 minutes plus added time. Oh, yeah? Is that the vicar with Sarah, or is that Father Ted in our chat?
I hope they put some of the parade march in Twitter today.
Yeah. Oh, and it's going to be hard with the permutations because all the goal differential mechanisms and stuff. But with Stockport County getting 3, that pushes them up to 69 on the goals for, tied with Wycombe, 1 ahead on the goal difference. They're tied with us on goal difference, but we're way behind on the goals for, unless there's a 7-point draw or 7-7 draw, which isn't going to happen. If their outcome becomes relevant, it's going to be straight down to goal differential that we have to overcome. And with them getting a win, they'll be at 29. So we're looking at losing your out scenario if Stockport's able to get a win. So we'll go through those variables in a second here. Another one with Stockport with a turnover, draw it forward 20 yards, bullet misses to the left. 3 minutes left in this one, plus added time. Down at the bottom of the table, for those that are curious, Crawley's now up 2-0, Burton up 1-0. And so Burton up 1-0 on Cambridge United. That's effectively Cambridge United. Their dreams of staying in League One are over. They'll join Shrewsbury towards the bottom. And that leaves an interesting battle at the end. You've got 2 teams at 43 and 1 team at 46 in Burton. Burton, though, with minus 15. I think that puts them largely home and clear because you'd have to get a loss and then a 13-goal win, or not, I guess, makeup in the Burton-Crawley match. So if you're Crawley or Bristol Rovers, you're watching that Burton match and saying, please lose. Into the area, right-footed, Lincoln City. Oh, misses by... Hit the cross or hit the post. The woodwork for Lincoln City. It's the upright. I thought it hit the boarding when it bounced back out. But an opportunity for Lincoln City. Ball squirts out off of the head of Pye, and it can't be cleared, and it's a right footer by Moylan, and it hits the woodwork. That would have been something. Oh boy. It's just madness, isn't it? Like I'm feeling it. I can't even like I'm getting distracted. I'm getting refocused. We just need positive vibes on our team. I'm happy. Wrexham are dancing on fire today. I hope and believe. I feel good about the match. I felt good about the Charlton one all the way through. I don't know why. I just wanted to get more stuff. We win. We're in destiny, and we got destiny in our own hands. Back to 1 win or 2 draws to go up. 2 draws, yes, because the first draw would eliminate Charlton, and the second draw would eliminate everybody else. 88 points that would put us at, and that would make us free and clear. 2 draws gets us there. 1 win gets us there. 1 draw, and especially if it's the Charlton one, puts us in trouble because then Charlton can lump us over. And if it's the second one we draw, then Charlton can get over top of us. Stockport and or Wycombe can jump over top of us with a win, and the goal differential, it becomes just mucky everywhere. 5 minutes of added time, so that'll take us to roughly 5 minutes to 9. We're going to need 5-10 minutes. I don't know, Brendan, if you wanted to get on and hold the stream. I'm going to.
What do you mean? I can get over and start the stream up pretty quick if we end this one. You know, I don't switch over as less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, so we'll be over there as soon as we can. I'll grab that one and put it up, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break just to decompress and refocus and look at my life and figure everything out. I'm going to put that link up there so that everybody has it as we build up towards, hopefully, I can only imagine for the and 15 years in the National League, like the absolute disbelief and also pessimism and fear that has to be sitting, save the club, use their own bucks, And years later, you're sitting at an opportunity to get back up into the championship, which they haven't been since the late 70s. There's that potential back-to-back. It's just fascinating. I'm going to actually put the link to Wrexham match after this one. There, I'll pin that one. So you can go to that one. As this one wraps up, Brendan will get it fired up momentarily. I'm going to go and just decompress, refocus, think about life. As we sit 3 minutes away and they're taking a long time to throw these ones in. Lincoln City. I mean, no reason to push forward other than personal pride. But that same level of fire and hunger to go forward just isn't going to be there as much as Stockport in defense. And they lose control of that one, and Adai's just going to pump it down the length of the field. Olafe, not able to get it, stabbed back. Bad pass, clips up in the middle of the air, and it's just thumped down, and it's collected by Wickens. Is he going to play it quickly? He is, right-footed, looking down the left side of the pitch. Misses the target, and it's collected. Oh, baby. They really are talking about the opportunity for automatics in this, not the mathematical probability of it on the Stockport broadcast, but like the chance to just have one more game. And I see it, but man, you need a 33% chance multiplied by a 33% chance multiplied by a 33% chance. Somebody do the math on that. What are we looking at?
33 squared.
1/11th? 9 point something percent? So I guess not entirely outside the realm. Ooh, Cambridge comes back. That changes the table there. That's intriguing. Pulls Burton back down to 44 points, and now it's all on. Cambridge gains themselves a point to get up to 39, but that's still not going to be enough. But what it does is would leave Burton at 44, Crawley at 43, Bristol on 43, all going into the last game. Fascinating. 30 seconds to wind this one up. Headed forward. Cleared out. Oh, boy. Games on Paramount in the U.S. The Wrexham game on Sky in the U.K. And I follow everywhere else. And I should bring up the live soccer TV and just confirm that as it put forward and it's headed back out. Back heel attempt by the goalkeeper, flicked on, and it's over. 3-2, the final here. Stockport keeps their hopes alive. They needed a win here. They'll need a win on the next game. They'll need Wrexham to drop points. As it sits, the math is simple. Win today, we're in. Win next week, we're in. Draw today, draw. Get 2 draws. Draw today, draw next week, we're fine. Don't do anything less than that. And we got a whole lot of problems. So, we'll disconnect this one. Thanks for joining us on the 2 of the back-to-back-to-backs. Now we watch Wrexham search for back-to-back-to-back. Brendan there. The channel is in the link to go jump over. I will be joining you momentarily. Brendan will be there for the lead-up. Have yourselves a good one, and we'll see you over there. Take care. Bye.